XRP is dead weight until it breaks $3.84, or is it secretly gearing up to explode to $6? Australia just handed Hedera its digital dollar pilot. Coincidence or quiet takeover in motion? XLM breaks $30, XDC surges out of nowhere. What's really behind these sudden moves? Because from where we're sitting, something doesn't add up. Right now, XRP is hovering near $2.64, up 8.5% in the last 24 hours and 18% this week, thanks in part to Bitcoin's latest rocket ride above 118K. But despite the rally, some say don't get excited just yet, because all eyes are locked on one number, $3.84, XRP's controversial all-time high from 2018. Some analysts call it a myth, a Korean exchange glitch. Others call it the final boss. But here's the key. Whether or not it's real, 384 cents is now psychological territory. If XRP crosses that line, it's not just price action, it's a reputational shift, a signal to the market that XRP's long underperforming label is officially dead. And if that happens, the floodgates could swing wide open. Analyst Alex Cobb is targeting 22.54 cents by year-end. Da Vinci Jeremy says $24 is possible. And Dustin Layton, $50. Javon Marks, a wild $100 XRP target. Even the more conservative analysts see $4 to $6 as a realistic near-term breakout zone, but only after XRP clears 384 cents with conviction. Until then, it's still just coiling. Here's what most people miss. XRP isn't just climbing because of hype. It's accumulation behavior that's been building since late last year. As long as XRP holds above 234 and sustains that level, momentum is stacked in bulls' favor. Break 265, the next targets open up fast. And don't forget, multiple applications for an XRP ETF are under SEC review. That's not speculation. That's potentially seismic. Bitcoin just peaked at $112,000 and brought Ethereum, Solana, and XRP along for the ride. Spot ETF inflows now sit at $14.4 billion. Corporates are stuffing BTC into their treasuries. And under the surface, a slow de-dollarization narrative is picking up steam. The US dollar index is down 10% year to date. And that has investors asking, what happens when fiat cracks? Where does the capital rotate? Into hard assets, into digital rails. And right on cue, Australia makes its move. The Reserve Bank of Australia just announced that Hedera's HBAR will be one of the key blockchains tested for its digital dollar pilot under Project Acacia. This isn't a small partnership. This is CBDC testing at the national level with major banks, fintechs, and regulators involved. HBAR gained 5% instantly. But bulls aren't looking at 18 cents. They're staring at $5, a moonshot target now anchored in real-world traction. Why? Because Hedera isn't just being tested by Australia. Swift is also experimenting with Hedera's DLT. If Hedera matches XRP Ledger's transaction volume, it's game on. HBAR and Ripple are now competing rails for the future of cross-border settlement. But right now, XRP dwarfs HBAR in daily volume. Billions per day versus HBAR's $300 million. Still, government-grade partnerships change the game overnight. HBAR is in the ring now, and it's swinging. Stellar's XLM just cracked the $30s, up over 30% in July. And while traders are eyeing profit zones near 32 cents, the real move hasn't happened yet. Why? Because 334 is the critical breakout on the weekly chart. Until that flips to support, we're stuck in sideways accumulation. Still, momentum is building. CMF is deep in bullish territory. Oscillators are flashing green. If 30 cents becomes the new floor, XLM could quickly run toward 40 plus cents. And unlike meme coins, Stellar is tied to real use cases, tokenized money, USDC corridors, DeFi infrastructure. While Bitcoin and Dogecoin retreat, XDC is spiking, up over 5% in 24 hours, 12% this week. And no, this isn't a random pump. XDC just inked a new partnership with Archax, aligning with MiCA, the EU's crypto asset compliance regime. This gives XDC a regulatory advantage that most altcoins can only dream of. Even TradingView indicators are flipping. MACD, bullish. RSI, neutral but primed, momentum is shifting and XDC is moving against the tide. Let's cut through the noise. These aren't isolated pumps, they're signals. XRP targeting $3.84, HBAR landing government deals, XLM testing key resistance, XDC pushing regulation first. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, it's slowing. Volume's thinning, volatility is dropping. It might be leading, but it's not innovating. And that's where utility coins come in. When Bitcoin rests, the infrastructure tokens start to shine. Glassnode data shows wallet accumulation is rising for XRP, XLM, and yes, even HBAR. Wallets with over 100K in XRP, up 2.3%. XLM, up 3.1%. These aren't retail flukes. This is smart money positioning, quietly accumulating while the headlines scream volatility. This isn't just about price, it's about what survives the next 10 years. And institutions are betting on rails, not memes. Back to XRP. If $3.84 falls, it triggers technical breakout, psychological floodgate. Above that level, the next resistance zones are soft. $4 minor wall, $6 realistic in Q4. Beyond that, if ETFs are approved, $10 isn't crazy, especially if inflation headlines worsen and fiat trust erodes further. Remember, XRP isn't hype. It's infrastructure, cross-border rails, bank partnerships, global liquidity. Look past the candles and you'll see the real story. XRP, poised at the edge of historic breakout. HBAR, quietly entering the CBDC race. XLM, mid-range but revving up. XDC, regulatory green light. Bitcoin, powerful but possibly tired. And the macro picture? The US dollar is losing dominance. Governments are going digital, and those who control the rails will control the next financial era. So what now? Zoom out. Ignore the daily drama. Watch the levels. XRP, 384 cents, the ignition. HBAR, 20 cent reclaim equals continuation. XLM, burn 334, weekly close equals reversal. XDC, 07 plus, fresh breakout. This isn't just altcoin season. It's alt-rail season. And those paying attention are already ahead. The noise will get louder. More headlines, more predictions, more chaos. But the market always tells the truth. And right now, that truth is screaming one thing. The rails are rising. Stay sharp, stay early, and don't fade fundamentals. Because once 384 cents cracks, everything changes.